YouTube, what's good? What's up? Hey man, just wanting to say thank you again for tuning in, rocking with me. I got a lot to say, and I'm glad that a lot of you resonate with some of the stuff that I say, if not all of it. But today, I wrote this one down as well. Needed to give it some real thought because I want to hit y'all with some deep stuff, not just some off the cuff shit. Definitely want you guys to think. Definitely want you guys to, while you're walking, while you're working out, while you're driving to school or work, just to think about these things and just to possibly shift your mind into thinking, damn, I never thought about that. And this is right. Maybe I can avoid this. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can change this, right? It's all relative, especially to what we're going through. So today's topic is you start mourning your time, right? So not the pounds, not the weight that you didn't lose, but the time, right? The vacations that you skipped, the photos that you avoided, the confidence that you never ever had. And this is something that a lot of us quietly carry because you can look back and just be like, damn, because I did it the other day. I was like, you know what? In 2021, I went to Cabo San Lucas and I took pictures, and I was just looking at myself. I was like, damn, even in a 5X shirt, I was still just huge, big as I could be, right? And I couldn't get on the zip line thing with my lady because I was over the weight limit. The weight limit was 300 pounds. And I stepped on the scale. Dude was like, yeah, you're 304. You'll mess up the line. So, I just laughed it off and was like, shit, hey man, big boys can't get on here. I guess real men, real size can't get on here, which was completely wrong. I was just fat. And that's what it was. I was just some dude who kept eating a lot, who didn't have his shit together, who couldn't enjoy some of the things there because of his weight. Now, when it came to the riding on the four-wheelers and the ATVs and the razors, that was all good because you really don't have a weight limit for that. But it was a weight limit to go across that bridge. And that's when I really got a little worried because of the weight of the vehicle itself and the bridge. And me, I was like, ugh. I was a little worried. So I got a little smart. I waited till everybody and their mama passed through and I just sped on through that motherfucker as quickly as I could. And, of course, I'm a big guy. I'm going to make light of it. I'm going to make a joke about it. But that was one of my insecurities. Like, how am I going to look on my tombstone? They say he died because he weighed too much and this bridge collapsed because he was fat. How the hell I'm going to brief that shit to my mama? When they carry me because I was, I ain't had the discipline to get my fucking body right. But then while I was there, I'm scarfing down tacos left and right. Now, I will say authentic tacos from an authentic place in Mexico is legit. I just didn't care. I was just smashing them. They was cheap. They was amazing. So I was just killing them. Three by the dozen, just killing them. And, you have an option to wake up and go walking. You have an option to go to the gym that they got out there. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I was like, look, let's just enjoy this. That was our anniversary back then. And, COVID was still around, but it wasn't as bad as it was the year before. So, I took advantage of the time. It's just that now that I look back at it, I really didn't enjoy myself to the fullest because I was a heavy guy. And I don't just mourn the vacations. I also mourn a lot of the pictures that I took. I have a big old family portrait in my living room, and it was back in 2022. And I'm telling you, I look at that picture, I was like 304, 305 strong, face huge. Like all of this was just fat. I had a whole bunch of, neck fat, face fat, back fat, side fat. I had fat on top of fat, right? And I keep telling people how embarrassing it was. I had to sleep with a CPAP because I had so much fat around my face and so much fat around my neck. And it just amazed me how I was able to allow my lady to get some kind of sleep because she said apparently, I was snoring louder than a damn bear. And I ain't never heard a bear snore, but I can imagine how loud that motherfucker is. So, it was embarrassing. I actually mourn a lot of the time that I missed, being at my children's games or just being there, in general, instead of standing in the front, I was always in the back because, I'm a big guy. I was huge. I was fat. Like, I don't think you guys realize how heavy 305 4 pounds is, 315 pounds at my heaviest. Like, that's, it's almost like judgmental territory for me. It's like if we went out to eat or something, I was too busy worried about what people thinking of me when I'm scarfing down hibachi, right? Because my order wasn't like anybody else's order. It was just, oh, yeah, what you want? I was like, oh yeah, I want the king platter. The king platter was like lobster, steak, and chicken, but I added scallops, I added shrimp, and I added extra egg, I added extra rice, and a Diet Coke. Like, that was gonna do anything for my big ass at that point. But that's why, I would always feel like people judging me because of how much food I was consuming. And it's like, it's one thing to order all that food, but to sit there and eat it all, y'all, when I tell you I was cooked, I was deep fucking fried. I literally wouldn't have a to-go box because I ate everything that was put in front of me. The lobster, the steak, the scallops, the shrimp, the chicken, the extra eggs, the rice with extra yum yum sauce. And I was out of control. And I don't even want to say it was emotional eating. I was just fucking greedy. It's like, hey man, I'm out with the fam. We eating good. This is what I want. And then it's like you get in your head, oh yeah, man, I ate all this food. I'm about to go home, beat up these guts, and go to sleep. Man, nobody don't want to fuck your big ass after you done sat there and scarfed down enough food to feed the village. And it's like, you don't think about these things because you're too busy worrying about you and how you feel. And it's like, not once are you thinking about, dang, man, do this lady really enjoy looking at me from the bottom? You know what I mean? You don't think about that shit because you trying to get off. You trying to get you trying to get yours. But it's like, damn, I can think back at that stuff and be like, would I have been happy? Would I have been proud to be walking next to me during that time of my life? And the answer was no. I would not have been proud of me. I wasn't proud of me. The only thing I was proud of was my accomplishments and how much money I made. I wasn't happy in my own skin like I am now. I wasn't happy, going places with fitted clothes because I knew that my body wouldn't look right. So instead of going out places most times, I just didn't go. I would just stay at the crib, chill, eat, watch movies with the kids, or, just do regular shit when I really felt like I passed up on a lot of time. I could have been going out more. I could have been networking more, but I wasn't doing those things. So you mourn that time. When you have some reflection and you look at how far you've come, you really sit back and be like, damn, I really fucked that up. We did, and we can't go back and change it. Unfortunately, those is one of those life lessons to where you literally got to grin and bear it and move on because, yeah, it hurts and it sucks, but it is what it is at this point. So what are you going to do moving forward? How are you going to correct this moving forward, guys? Because I know what I'm doing. I woke up 3:30 this morning. Woke up at 3:30. My alarm went off, and I was just like, I know it ain't that time yet. Because honestly, I did not get good sleep. My hip was hurting because of where I'm sleeping. So the way I'm sleeping, I mean. So how I'm sleeping, my hip was hurt real bad. So I was in and out of sleep. But when 3:30 came, hey, I mustered up that strength and courage and my discipline. And I said, hey, it's time to go. So I go downstairs, I do my thing. I get my blueberries ready, my walnuts ready, my protein shake ready. I eat my banana, I take my pre-workout, and I'm ready to go. Like I said, rain, sleet, or snow, Sean Reed trained and ready to go. I don't make excuses because I want to go out there and get it. I don't have time to make excuses because I know what I want my end result to look like. And don't get me wrong, some days are harder than others, but I don't let my discipline get in the way of that. It's like, I had to realize today I was in the heat damn near all day. And the only thing I was running off of was a banana, a scoop and a half of protein shake, blueberries, 35 grams of blueberries, and 10 grams of walnuts. Guys, that is not ideal for me being outside doing manual shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't think about that stuff. And I was like, well, maybe I'll get done at this time. I can go ahead and go home and get my meal. Guys, when I started to get lightheaded and when I started to not feel myself, I was like, bro, I got to get something. But and of course, the place didn't have no kind of real healthy options. I was like, what kind of shit is this, right? So I got real smart. Instead of just getting the burger, instead of getting the fries, instead of getting the little sausage dog, because I don't eat pork any fucking way. I was like, man, what am I going to do? So I was like, fuck it. I got 2 packs of the Planters peanuts, cashews, and the little Nature Valley, the little pack. It looked like a little cardboard, but it's like a honey oat little bar or whatever. So that was 580 calories total with the 2 packs of the Planters cashews, and 190 calories for the little pack. And it's like, I keep forgetting, Sean, you worked out this morning and you worked out hard. Not only did you work out hard, you still got your steps in after you work out, and you out here in 98-degree heat getting your steps. So I'm saying all that to say, I had gotten so locked in that if I eat anything out of my norm, I feel like I'm fucking off my diet. And I was just like, yo, what the hell? But you forget the hard work that you do, and you forget the hard work that you did. And instead of mourning, oh man, I fucked up, I was like, you got to reel yourself in. Because I said, hold on, wait a minute. I did work out for over an hour this morning. I did do my cardio going uphill. And I'm also out here in this heat, walking, swinging, and doing all this other shit. I need this before I fucking pass out. Right? But I made a better choice, guys. You know, I know they say, oh, calories in, calories out. Yes, that is that is very much so true. But if you out there in the heat, 98, 100 degrees, you are burning calories like a motherfucker, and you need to keep that shit in mind. I'm not telling y'all to go out there and be stupid and be He-Man. Hell no, because I'm not picking your big ass up if you fall. I promise. I'm going to take pictures and laugh before I pick you up because you too heavy, you too big. I'm joking. We're going to try to pick your big ass up with a stretcher. But, you know, you have to remember to be sensible, you know, and I think for me, I forget to be sensible sometimes because when I got out there to where we was, I looked around and it was just so many big people. And because they were so many big people, when I got out of my car and I walked around, I didn't feel insecure because I was wearing a medium shirt, medium shorts, and I look like I fucking lift weights. I look like I fucking run every day. I look like I hit a heavy bag every day. And I just, the respect that was commanded made me feel amazing. And it's like I go on the inside and I'm registering. The lady's like, oh, sir, we have over here, we have bananas, we have apples, we have oranges, and we have little Nutri-Grain bars, but I'm not sure you're gonna eat the Nutri-Grain bars. I was like, well, no, I won't eat that because that's processed, but I already had a banana and everything I need. So, but thank you. And she's like, yeah, we know you're not gonna eat that stuff over there. I was like, why you say that? She's like, you look like you don't tolerate eating anything that's not in your strict diet. That right there, I wasn't even looking for that validation at all. But because she recognized that I take care of myself, because she recognized that I was rare among those 80 people that was there, maybe guys, these are facts. Out of those 80 people that was there, I can count on my hand how many of us was less than 15% body fat, less than 13% body fat lean. It was only a handful of us. And it's like me and them had some shit to talk about, but not really anybody else. They were too busy just staring, looking, and looking kind of crazy. You will have haters when you are in shape and other people are not. That's just what it is because you respect yourself and they see that. They may not like you and they haven't had a conversation with you, but they're going to have to respect you because you did it for you. You did it on your own, right? So I noticed that and it was a great fucking feeling. It was a tremendous feeling and I never want to go back. That's why I'm harder on myself now because these last 10 pounds are going to psychologically fuck with me. I already know it is. It's not the inputs because I'm working out every day. I'm doing everything I need to do. I'm controlling my controllables. But sometimes that scale don't move. But I look in the mirror, I'm noticing better changes. You know, I'm noticing that, damn, I'm a lot more, defined than what I thought, because I'm that hard on myself. I damn near wanted to jump off the damn cliff when I was like, damn, I just ate 2 packs of Planters peanuts, 290 calories a piece. I just ate this Nature Valley little oat bar, and that's 190 calories. And then I was adjusting my calories, so when I got home and I ate, I was like, you know what? I can't fuck this up. I still got to stay under these calories. But my body actually reacted differently. It's like, bruh, you was out there in that heat. You put in work in the gym this morning, and you not running off much sleep. No, you gonna feed me, motherfucker. So look, I got an amazing son, y'all. I told him, I was like, look, give me 450 grams of grilled chicken tenders and 400 grams of broccoli. He was like, all right, Pop. Man, I don't know how he seasoned it, but damn, it was good. Man, I scarfed that down as soon as I got home. And then I was just like, okay, so this still puts me at 1,700, my 17 to 1,900 calories. I was like, damn, I still feel like, hey, this ain't enough. Guys, my body was talking to me. At that point, it wasn't disciplined because it ain't like I went and got some goofy shit. You know, I can see if I sat here and ate a whole damn bag of chocolate chips, but nah, you know, what did I do? I got the Quest chips. I ate my Quest chips. I ended up, what else did I eat? I had some Quest chips. I had another protein shake because I really, really needed, you know, that satiating feeling of having protein in me. So I had a protein shake. I got cut up rotisserie chicken. I took a few pinches of that just to, you know, get me in, fill me up. And I'm probably at just over 1,900 to 2,000 calories for the day. But that's okay because I took over 10,000 steps and I still burned a shit ton of calories walking and burned a shit ton of calories lifting weights. So I probably, in real life, I probably evened out or slightly went over a surplus. But guess what? That's one day. And you ate nothing but healthy food. I wasn't out there eating goofy shit. I wasn't out there. The worst I did was that processed food, which was that Nature Valley hidden, but I needed the carbs. So you needed them, I'm gonna pass out, right? So don't be super hard on yourself that you can't be sensible, guys. Because not only you gonna be mourning, but your family gonna be mourning too when your ass keel over and fall somewhere and you can't get up. That's, hey, they said, oh, Sean took a nap. But yeah, that was my last headache. I'm telling you, you gotta be sensible, man. But when you being sensible, still be disciplined. Because yeah, I could have easily fucked off and went to stop by McDonald's on the way home. I easily could have stopped by Wendy's and all that other shit. But that goofy shit don't do nothing to me. I'd rather have the guilt of going over my calories with healthy shit than going way over my calories with some shit I know I'm not supposed to be eating. My mindset has shifted. My mindset has changed. So, and what's going to happen in the morning? Alarm going to go off at 3:30. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to pray. I'm going to go downstairs. I'm going to eat my banana. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to take my pre-workout. I'm going to get my blueberries and my walnuts ready because I'm meeting a friend for a round of golf immediately after the gym. And we're going to talk shop and hopefully going to beat his ass. But I ain't going to lie, y'all, I've been playing worth the shit the last couple of times, man. My driver can't get off the tee box to save my life right now. Well, I got off the tee box a few good times today because I actually used my tempo and went back to my swing that felt good for me. So, but I'm working on that. That's neither here nor there. But what I want you guys to realize is instead of mourning the things that you didn't do, instead of mourning the time that you didn't spend, instead of mourning the confidence that you never had, you got to start now because you're going to look up, it's going to be 2027 and you still going to be a fat motherfucker. That's just what it is, guys. And you subscribe to me. You already know it's going to be direct, it's going to be real, and it's going to be raw, and it's going to be honest. Because when I talk to you, I'm talking about who I used to be. You know what I mean? I'm talking about knowing that feeling of, damn, I let all this time pass and I look like this still. Y'all don't know how many times I started the fucking diet. Y'all don't know how many thousands of dollars I've spent on these trainers and these coaches only to waste their fucking time. Because I was like, yeah, I got this. And after 2 weeks, I fucking get a discipline burnout and I don't want to play no more. I got money. I ain't got to play no more. I'm good. Guys, gals, I expanded to the gals now too because I got a lot more females, you know, reaching out to me on Calendly, speaking to me, and, you know, commenting in the comments. So, and I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for tuning in to listen to what I got to say because all this stuff is real. Whether you're a man or a female, you know how you feel. Straight up. The only difference is men, we have to be loyal to our alignment with God and our purpose, and women are going to be loyal to their emotions. And that's the only difference between us two. But women make transformations just like guys. I just think that when a woman makes a transformation, it's a bit different because of how things are set up for you guys versus us. For women, y'all will always get flown out. You're always going to have that guy that wants you. You're always going to have that. That don't work for us guys. We have to work to get to be desirable. You know, a lot of us aren't born with those genetics of just being super desirable and they ain't got to work out and they can eat like shit. That's not how it works for us. We actually got to put in the work. Y'all don't. When a lot of women get bigger, you know, the fat goes to their thighs, ass, chest, or whatever. But to us, it goes straight to our stomach. And then we walk around looking like a pregnant green bean. You know what I mean? I seen skinny fat dudes all the time. And then it's crazy because a lot of people think, oh, these women like the skinny guys. Oh, Sean, you skinny. Bruh, I'm not skinny. Because if I was skinny, I wouldn't have the definition that I have. If I was skinny, I wouldn't have these fucking massive shoulders and working on my demon back right now. That's coming in. And, you know, I'm proud that I'm proud of my fucking war marks because it showed where I've been from. It showed where I started, you know, and, you know, I'm not insecure about how my body look anymore because I can walk around in a medium shirt and this shit fit right. I don't give a damn. You know, I literally was walking around today in the store in my tank top. And the only thing it was just, oh, you work out at the fitness one. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I remember you, man. I remember you used to be a bigger man. Congratulations, man. Oh, man, thank you. That's it. People gonna remember you because of, I don't know how you remember me because my boy Sean Twix Edwards, you know, shout out to Twix. He a fellow South Carolinian, great guy, hell of a golfer too. He told me straight up, it's like, Sean, if I wouldn't have went back through our messages and saw what you've been posting, I would have never knew it was you, man. So I would have walked clean past your black ass. And I was like, damn. But that's real honesty. And that goes to show, you know, the hard work that's put into it. Because whenever you put in some hard work, it don't go unnoticed, y'all. You ain't got to mourn shit at that point because you're feeling better. But you are gonna mourn that time that you miss. It's so many moments that I think about to where if I was lean, I would have handled a lot of things very differently. I know I would have been a little more assertive. I know I would have been a little more standoffish. I would have been more calm. I would have been more of everything that I wish I was at that time instead of being a nice guy. I don't know too many guys that's lean that are nice guys. I'm not saying they're not good people. I'm talking about the nice guy syndrome. You know, the guys who want to people please, the guys who want to avoid conflict, the guys who want to just, you know, do these covert contracts and not be real with who they are and what they are. I don't see too many people lean that's like that. Period. Because when you get lean and you get in the best shape of your life, you already don't have time for the bullshit. You already know what you used to be. Like now, I don't mind conflict. If anything, I'm going to ask you, hey, what you meant by this? Granted, it might take me some time because I want to process it because you can't help how I feel and I can't help how you feel. So the best way for me to process a lot of these things is for me to feel them, articulate them, and then come back to you like, hey, man, what do you mean by that? That kind of offended me. Ouch. Well, now what you mean, ouch? I didn't like what you said. It made me feel this way. So can you clarify what you meant? Because this is how I'm taking it based on my understanding. And then, oh, okay, cool. And then you find your common ground. But when you a fat motherfucker, you don't have those conversations because you're afraid. You don't have those conversations because you don't have the confidence. You don't have the conversation because your estrogen levels are super high and you're thinking emotionally. And I'm not going to say the word because I made a promise to somebody. I won't use that word anymore in none of my content. We're referring to men or women. And I'm not, even if they acting like one, I'm not going to even say it no more. And that's a promise that I made in that context. Now, if it's for comedy purposes, that's my loophole. If I can say bitch in the comedy way, that's just funny. You know, but in a like derogatory way, now I'm staying away from that shit. But I told y'all when I was a fat motherfucker, I was a nice guy. I am not a nice guy no more. I'm going to put myself above anything and everything now. Because without me, things are going to fail. And without the best version of me, things are going to go to shit. Can't nobody do what I do for my family. Can't nobody love my family the way I love them. And how am I going to show them that? By being a fat dude that's miserable, you know, by being a fat motherfucker who's always negative like I used to be. I felt bad for my children for a long time because they were just used to that version of me. Now you got this guy who laid back, who cool, who's in shape, you know, who like really puts his health first. Guys, there's not a day that I'm not waking up early to go get my cardio in on a rest day or I'm up to go lift. Not a day. No matter how I feel, I'm going to execute. That scale, I honestly don't even give a fuck about it no more because I've attained a lot and I'm going to keep going until I get the exact look I want. But you better believe I won't be mourning that shit because I don't care how long it take me. I'm going to get there. Before and current, guys. We don't do before and after. Before and after is for the motherfuckers who think they made it, but they really didn't, and they go back to being a big-ass bag of milk. Straight up. And be prepared. When you start making these changes and you get there and you looking good, look, I ain't gonna lie, my face, I can see it in my face. I'm leaning a motherfucker. My boy Anthony, shout out to Anthony. He said the same shit. He's like, bro, it's all in your face now. You lean. He's like, I would swear. I sent him a video of me hitting golf balls. He's like, bro, the vascularity in your arms. Bro. And I ain't even showed the video of me lifting in my tank top. You see the veins in my neck, forehead, shoulders, chest. It's beautiful. Cause for one, I ain't never seen that shit. And I still love the sleeper build. I love the shit. I was in the gym this morning, had on my Nike Templar coat. Nobody paying me no mind. I'm just a small dude. I'm just a dude in there lifting weights until it got too hot and I took that motherfucker off. And then the motherfucker see a medium tank top and everything else is big as fuck. Yeah, I'm a self-glaze from time to time because I fucking earned it. Straight up. And I get it. I get frustrated when people give me the whole, man, you juicing. What you mean I'm juicing? Man, you ain't get that. You didn't lose all that body fat and gain a little muscle that fast. Guys, I already had the shit. I just had to reveal it. And that just came with eating right. That came with just doing everything that I was instructed to do. And that was just show up for myself. It's going to be hard for people to believe you made these changes because they never made changes in their fucking life. The only changes they made was going from McDonald's to Burger King or from churches to Popeyes. You know what I mean? They made no real fucking change. And as bad as you want people to believe that you change, man, fuck them. Straight up. I hate to say it that way, but that's just the truth. Fuck them. I spent too much time trying to convince motherfuckers that I'm not the same guy. I don't even give a fuck no more. What's going to happen is I'm going to continue to move how I move. And if you accept the change, you do. If you don't, okay. I know who's for me and I know who ain't. But you got to have that same mindset. Don't prove to nobody that you changing. Do it for you, my man. Do it for you, my girl. Just do it. Because ain't nobody going to live in your shoes. Ain't nobody going to be there to console you when people calling you big back. Yeah, I'm still mad at that shit, man. My little girl, man, she fucking played me, dog. When she was mad at me, big back, big back. Boy, oh, God. But hey, ain't no big back no more. Fucking silverback. And you know what? I can't even be mad at her because she had every right to call me out because I wasn't leading properly. I was not setting a good example. And that's something I mourn. I mourn. I don't hate myself for who I used to be. I don't. I hate who I was. I hate the way I did things. I hate the decisions that I made. I hate that I didn't put myself first. I hate that I put so much into other people that I gave them that much more power over me. That's what I don't like. But now that I've gotten all that back and I'm really just focused in on just trying to be the best person, a better person, you know, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. You know, you get tested every day, but you just got to keep going forward, man. And whatever life is going to look like for me, that's what life is going to look like for me. But I tell you what, I'm always going to land on my motherfucking feet and I'm still going to be king. That's just what it is. King of all I survey. And y'all got to have that mindset too. Because if you don't, you're selling yourself short. You're a monster. You're a warrior. You can get through this. My Calendly is in the description. I got quite a bit of y'all lined up to speak to me. I got room for a few more. Let's talk about this. Let's see if you qualify to be in the position that I'm in. Because anybody can get there. You just need accountability because most of y'all won't hold yourself accountable for shit. You won't and you don't. That's why you still eat the way you eat. That's why you still drink that bullshit. That's why you still not sleeping, you know, your 6, 7, 8 hours a night and thinking that's something to be proud of. Oh, I worked 78 hours this week. Bro, sit your punk ass down. There ain't nothing to be proud of. Because you working that much, somebody probably, an in-shape person probably made you feel like you could be his friend and go to the gym with him once or twice if you did his project or you did his work. And like a dummy, you doing it or did it. Newsflash, he ain't fucking with you, bro. He using you. You don't want to be that guy. Trust me. It's a waste of time, and that's going to be time that you mourn. So, with that being said, stop mourning your time. Stop mourning the pictures that you didn't take. Stop mourning the confidence that you didn't have, because you could turn around right now. Book that call with me. Let's talk about it, and let's get you on the right track. Not a track, but the right track. And most importantly, fellas and ladies, stop playing the fucking away games.